Vision. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
Hello there, welcome on board. Of course, it's a new week, a brand new week, a brand new day for us all to start off this wonderful week. And don't forget that it is Monday. And it's a new week for you to hope again. It's a new week for all our plans to actually come back to life and always believe that everything will actually work out well for you. All right? Just believe in yourself and keep pushing. Whatsoever the situation is, just believe that everything will actually align. Okay? And I pray for peace. I pray for a peace of mind. Okay? And I know that that's actually one of the biggest prayers that we can ever pray for. Because when there is peace, of course, one can actually flourish on every aspect, of course, on every phase of life. So I pray that you will always have peace. Okay? All right, welcome on board. It is People's Voice on VOBT Voices and Story Shape the Narrative. And today we're dissecting a major story that is dominating the headline and sparking conversation across the nation. Obasanjo's Shuns Atiku drives Obi-Kwa ticket against Tinubu ahead of the 2027 general elections. Join the conversation with experts, insights, and perspectives. Share your thoughts with us. I am Savior Udo. Let's look into other news stories with details. APC will be voted out in 2027 general elections. No legal tricks can stop it. Gbenga Ashim, former presidential aspirant of People's Democratic Party, Gbenga Ashim actually expressed this confidence that the All Progressive Congress, APC, will be voted out in the 2027 general elections despite any attempt to manipulate the electoral process. Ashim accused the APC-led federal government of deploying institutional and legal strategies to weaken opposition participation. All right, away from that particular one, still at the APC's corridors, APC accused of investing citizens' NIN for party's membership. A netizen has actually accused the All Progressive Congress, APC, of collecting national identification numbers from citizens during empowerment events and using them to register participants as party members without their consent. The allegations have sparked concerns about the misuse of personal data and potential for undermining public trust in party membership system. This particular one is quite a very serious one. So are we actually saying that indirectly some people or so many people are actually in the APC without knowing, or even members of opposition party who actually, also participated in some of this empowerment program that was rolled out by this administration, has actually, joined the APC without their consent. So that means that you are a ticket party carrier or a party ticket carrier, from your party that that you actually joined as a membership, as a member of that particular party, and for the APC, you're actually a member of the APC via NIN. I don't know how this particular one would actually play, but it's quite a very serious one out there. But I saw a particular, picture that actually depicts this particular conversation that I just read as regards to someone, putting in his NIN on something, and they said this particular one, has been taken or is in use already. So, but I don't know how serious this particular one is. But let's just hope to see more revelations and investigations as regards to that particular assertion. Right away from that particular one, I regret recurrent political crisis in Rivers, says Fubara. The arrested governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has expressed regret over the recurrent political crisis in the state, assuring that his administration is committed to delivering on its promises and maintaining peace and security. Fubara made this statement at the final of the 2026 Port Harcourt Polo Tournament, where he was the special guest. I'm surprised that you're actually regretting what you are a part of. That's what I can just say. You shouldn't regret it now. Is it looking like the tides are turning, or you are feeling you want to lose, or maybe the powers that be are now telling you to actually take it slow? But I expected more, as regards to his way of handling this situation. I would have wanted him not to talk, not to do more of the talking, and go by, his strategies, plans, and actions. Instead of talking, instead of also carrying live band, instead of also saying you have so much to spill out just to make your followers to be really excited. You have so many strategies, as regards, different solutions that you can, deploy in that state to really show that you are the chief executive of that state, instead of towing the way of, the normal politicians that we know in Nigeria, that they just have to throw jabs, throw shades, and indirectly send, revelations, in as much as they would not even go into the details, and they keep saying, I don't just want to talk, or I will talk, and all of that. We don't want it. I would have expected more from you, but of course, this is what you've also, partnered, to breed up. So I would want you to look for a way to settle this particular one, because in the long run, okay, and no matter how long this particular situation would take, I would always say that both your predecessor, you and your lawmakers, you all are self-centered. You are not really caring about the people of Rivers State, because if you do, you would not want to put yourself ahead of the people of Rivers State. These people have been deprived of a proper governance for 6 months before you were, brought back. And now this whole situation is, going on again. So it will still tell on this, Rivers State people. So those should be the concerns, of governance, not about the elites, okay, not about the politicians who have already made so much for themselves, and yet they are still fighting over positions, over agreements that they've not even given us given us any information about. We're not privy to any of those agreements that was made yet. This side is saying the agreement is too much, here is saying, why would you not follow the agreement and things like that. So, but whichever ways, I just hope that you're actually saying you really regret it because you regret it because of the people and not because of just you making another public, a speech at an event. But away from that particular one, let's talk about the man of the moment, or are we going to say the father of the groom and the father of the bride of the moment incoming? Matawale's children to tie the North in grand joint wedding. The Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, is set to host a grand joint wedding ceremony for 9 children scheduled to take place on February 6, 2026 at the Central Mosque in Abuja. The ceremony will bring together prominent personalities and well-wishers from across Nigeria. When you use the word well-wishers, are you talking about a common man from Zamfara would also be part of that particular celebration, or it is just the elite, just as you have said, prominent men in the country? But my question, why did you have to even allow all of them, wed on one day? We call it Nekai. Okay, that's what it's been called, over there. So having their Nekai, in the same day, it's quite serious there. Having 9 children wed on same day. I don't know. I don't know how this particular one feels. And this was not actually meant to make the news, but of course, this has been trending since yesterday / today, and of course, we couldn't just avoid it. But of course, we just needed to talk about it. And where would the money come from for that particular Nikai? These are questions that we should ask, but who are we to ask these questions if some people who were meant to ask the questions are not asking? But congratulations to that particular family. That's all I can say for now, except I hear otherwise as regards to the spending. But let's see what would happen, coming from the wedding in February. And let's come to this particular one. Hypop warns Indigo against Oji-Kalu and Deputy Speaker's Alliance. The indigenous people of Biafra has warned Indigo and Abians to halt the political alliance between Senator Oji Uzor-Kalu and Deputy Speaker of House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu, citing concerns over their alleged intention to undermine the progress made in Abia State under Governor Alex Oti's administration. Hypop alleged that the two politicians are working to snuff out the light that Abia State has seen after 24 years of obscurity, and of course take the state back to grim eras of their previous administration. The group described their style of politics as deceitful and the one that they will obstruct their plans. Of course, this particular one is quite a very serious one there, and kudos to IPOP for also, lending their voice. Of course, these men have actually come together to say that they want to, take out Alex Oti from that particular seat, that he has not done anything for the people of Abia State. Oji Uzor-Kalu made assertion as regards to saying that Alex Oti only bought paint to repaint the roads he actually built during his administration. That was quite a very serious one there. But, just like we usually say that the internet doesn't forget, we have several videos, that actually, clearly, confirm that the same Oji Uzor-Kalu some time ago, he actually held Alex Oti and he said, of course, this governor is one of the best, is doing a good work. He praised Alex Oti, in that particular video. But of course, we also saw another video where he said that Alex Otti is not doing anything. He has just been painting, roads that he actually built during his administration. Is this particular one coming from a place of anger because Alex Otti has decided not to defect to the All Progressive Congress? It's just a question. Or is it about Alex Otti removing former governors and deputy governors' pension? He has actually earned it in the state. So is it about this particular, 2 points I just made? Or is this just a natural, political, war? Because we need to know what Alex Otti has done. Abians have actually, congratulated themselves and, appreciated Governor Alex Otti over time because of what he has actually done for them, because of the laudable project he has done in the state. And of course, we can't take away the fact that Abians are really, really celebrating their 24-hour, power supply now. But this set of people, are actually saying that he has not done anything. Theodore is also part of that particular alliance, that they want to really take off Alex Otti in the next election. But let's see what would happen in 2027. And I remember that Governor Alex Otti also, said that he was not bothered about whatsoever anybody is saying now, that his eyes, his gaze are fixed, on proper governance. But he's not thinking of whatsoever that would happen in the 2027 general elections, and he doesn't want distractions. He made this assertion last week, but of course, this man would not stop talking. They still have to, keep talking to remain relevant. And of course, that was a wonderful one from the IPOB. Even from that particular one, federal government bans mining near bridges nationwide. The federal government has actually banned all forms of mining activities within a 4-kilometer radius of bridges across Nigeria. Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, announced the directive during the press briefing in Enugu, citing concerns over the destruction of roads and bridges and, of course, public safety. The ban aims to strengthen the structural integrity of bridges nationwide and will be enforced through patrol boats, security measures, and CCTV installation. Umahi disclosed that the federal government will deploy monitoring boats and provide 2 patrol vehicles to the police for highway surveillance with a monthly maintenance support of 3 million naira. Okay, let's move on from that particular one. Okay, let's come to the former Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, urges investment in tourism to boost economy. He actually made this particular assertion. He has called on federal and state government to prioritize tourism and deepen private sector partnership to drive growth. Mohammed made the call during an interactive section at Experience Olumo, celebrating heritage inspiring tourism, held at the Olumo Rock Tourism Complex, Abeokuta. Okay, but for this particular one, you were also there for how many years? And we should also ask you the same question. What did you do? And if at all you actually did so much, can you actually account for it now? Because the past administration actually, talked, but we only saw quite minute, evidential, works that they could actually point to. And it will take us, a very, long time before we can actually forget the Minister of Aviation, Sirika, because of the daydream Air Nigeria he actually gave to Nigerians. We can't forget that particular scene. He actually promised Nigerians that Nigerians were going to see their airline, and we actually saw, he said we're going to see the airline before the end of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. And we actually saw the airline just when we actually were celebrating, but we discovered that the airline was actually rented from Ethiopia. And the airline came in after being painted, Nigerian Air, and all of that. The airline did not, spend 24 hours in Nigeria. Or if at all it did, under 48 hours, it was gone back to where it came from. So it's quite a very serious one. That administration, need to, face more questioning and more accountability, needs, to be requested for, from that particular, previous administration. We have so much to say about them, but let's just, push ahead as regards to the conversation. Let's come to Benue, I beg your pardon. Benue records 7 new suspected cases of Lassa fever. And this particular one, I decided to just, talk about it. Of course, this is people's voice, and we also need to be aware about things like this so that we can take safety precaution measures as regards to our hygiene, at home. Benue State has reported 7 new suspected cases of Lassa fever, prompting immediate public health response measures. The state epidemiologist, Dr. Asema, disclosed that samples from the affected individuals have been collected and sent for laboratory analysis for confirmation. Right, so there is no need for panic, but in as much as there's no need for panic, we just have to take our hygiene seriously and be careful, in our environment, and of course what we're taking and how we actually live around neighbors. To join the conversation, kindly call the number 090-447-32605, 090-447-32605. Follow us on social media at VOB TV Live. You can use the hashtag People's Voice on VOB TV, and of course on YouTube, we're Voice of the People TV. Kindly hit the subscribe button, and together we can make our voices heard. It is time for us to go on a quick break. As soon as we return, we'll be dissecting this conversation. Of course, all eyes on 2027. Obasanjo Shuns Atiku drives Obi-Kwa Kwaso ticket against Tinubu. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned, please. I'll be right back. And welcome back to the program that is still People's Voice on Voice of the People Television. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has initiated an alliance between Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwaso for the 2027 presidential election under the African Democratic Congress, ADC. The proposed alliance aims to challenge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's re-election bid. Obasanjo reportedly blessed Obi's defection to the ADC and asked him to work with Kwankwaso to secure the party's presidential and vice presidential tickets. A committee has been set up to actualize the joint tickets according to reports. Obasanjo has been connecting Obi with Northern Power brokers to ensure the alliance success. The committee established about a month ago includes representatives from both camps and is tasked to galvanizing grassroots and elites support within the ADC. Obi had pledged to serve only one term if elected president, paving the way for Kwankwaso's willingness to serve as a vice presidential candidate. Supporters of Obi are pushing for the party's presidential tickets to be zoned to the south, arguing it would be the easiest and most reliable path for defeating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Former Vice President Atiku has actually reacted. Through his spokesperson, he said that he is not threatened by the move, adding that the former Vice President desires a better Nigeria and welcomes alliance. We're now being joined by Dr. Dayo Kayode, a socio-political technocrat and, of course, our aviation safety expert. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon. How are you, Savio?
Very well, thank you. Very well. And of course, I will also be joined by Adekunle Lukman Adefolahon, public and policy analyst. You're welcome, Adekunle. Adekunle, please can you unmute your mic?
You hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear now.
Good afternoon, Nigerians. Thank you for having me on the show this afternoon.
You're welcome on board. All right, I don't know if you actually heard any of my news story, if you could react to that before we go into this conversation, or you just want us to dive into this one straight?
I listened to your news from Wiki down to the one in Edo and all that, but let me first of all seize this opportunity, if you permit me, to commiserate with the family of one of our members in the Unifiers movement that passed on overnight, distinguished Honorable Saida Odofin from Ikorodu. I was just being called as early as 4 o'clock in the morning that she passed on. May her gentle soul rest in peace. Having said that, let me quickly talk about that of Fubara. You see, I wouldn't want anybody to think that Fubara is a noisemaker like that of Wiki. Why am I saying this? There are a lot of people that the way they are, they want to be doing their things the way it should be. But despite, because they live among the people, you will still see them trying to put hand in their mouth. Trying to put hand in their mouth. And what do you expect such a person to do? Definitely, you know, I'm not a fan of Fubara either. But when you look at everything that played out in Rivers State over time, I mean, I wouldn't see where I will blame Fubara other than at a point in time, he couldn't stand his feet by saying, no, I hold the green and the red biro, and I am the governor of this state. Enough should be enough of the so-called godfather. Now, he has even moved to APC. According to APC and all that, who now becomes the leader of the party in the state is the governor. So why can't we just sit down where he is? I wouldn't expect Fubara to keep quiet. Let him give it to him, back to back, bumper to bumper.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, retire him.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Kayode, for your response as regards to that particular one. Let me start off this alliance as regards to Obi-Kwa Kwaso with Adekunle Lukman. Hello, Adekunle, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. So I'd like to ask you, of course, we're talking about Pa Obasanjo today, you know, the former president of this nation, you know, wanting to, you know, drive Obi-Kwa Kwaso ticket against Tinubu, you know, and of course boycotting Atiku, and this is actually looking like a very, you know, long-standing rift, or not wanting Atiku to actually, you know, get to that particular, you know, position. But of course, we've known his stance as regards to Atiku becoming a president for long, so we might still have to touch that area. But what are the chances of the Obi-Kwa Kwaso alliance succeeding in the 2027 presidential election? Do you think it would actually work out? And of course, how will the committee established by Obi and Kwa Kwaso contribute to the alliance success? And don't forget that Kwa Kwaso has not fully joined, or he has not, you know, joined the ADC as we speak. So I'd like you to take up this.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I think with all sincerity, I think our political gladiators need to even play the game according to the rules. We have timetable for every activity in our electoral processes. So for Obasanjo to come out now talking about Kwa Kwaso Obi alliance, for me, I think it's too early, because we have derailed from governance to politicking, and it's too early because 2026 is the year of politicking against 2027. But I think they should allow the populace to drive that process. The sole committee that you mentioned, who are the members? Are they not the people that have failed the Nigerians? Are they not people like David Mark that said telephone is not meant for ordinary Nigerians? Is it not people like Tambuwal that had the opportunity to be the Speaker of National Assembly House of Reps at very tender age? What have they offered us? Is it not people like Nasiru El-Rufai that will be in such committee. So because they have failed us, they think they have another opportunity to still push us to poverty. However, to be sincere with you, my dear brother, Obi-Kwa Kwaso ticket, they have missed it in 2023. They have missed it in the sense that assuming Kwaso agreed in 2023 for that collaboration, that will have been better. But now it's late. It's late in the sense that the figure that they are all dragging at in Kano, Kwaso cannot mop up that figure again in Kano. And when we are talking about Kwakwasiya movement, it's only known in the Northwest. And we have 7 states in the Northwest. And out of the 7 states, it's only Kano, Jigawa that Kwaso can boast of when it comes to number. I think ADC still need to sit down, do some strategies, and reevaluate who can work closely with Obi, not Kwaso, because Kwaso can't give them that result in the Northeast that have 6 states, majorly dominated by PDP and APC. Out of the 6 states in Northeast today, PDP is controlling only 2, Bauchi and Adamawa states. The remaining 4 states, Taraba, Borno, Yobe, belongs to APC. So if opposition really want to be serious, they should look for strong person in the north, not just from Northwest. If they are picking from Northwest, they should look for good, reliable candidates that can give them that figure. Because Kwaso has missed it in 2023, not aligning with Obi. So in 2027, it may, I say may, it may be difficult for them to mop up that numbers that they got in 2019 when Peter Obi was in Labour Party. So, and if you look at what happened between the current governor of Kano State, who is now on his way to APC, that will be another factor against Kwaso. And don't forget that the immediate past chairman of APC, Engineer Ganduje, is also from Kano. So those factors is going to work against him. And we still have other political gladiators in Kano State. Jigawa is still there. Kaduna is still there. Malam El-Rufai may think is going to mop up numbers for them. Don't forget that the current Minister of Defense is from the southern Kaduna, where there is now a politician. He's no more the military person that we used to know. And from what is going on around now, they are looking at dropping Shetima and looking at whether to give him consideration for the vice presidential candidate because they need Christian vote.
Yeah, it's not the only one that they are actually looking at. Of course, they're also looking at
I'm just giving that example.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Kuka is from southern Kaduna as well too.
Yeah.
Dogara is from Bauchi State. So no minority in Bauchi State from Tafawa Balewa local government, but Kwaso that people are thinking in 1999, 2003 is not the same Kwaso we are going to see in 2027 because of indicators that will work against him. So apart from Ganduje factor, apart from current governor of Kano's factor, there are other factors that may likely or will work against Kwaso. So I don't think Obasanjo is pushing right candidate with Obi. Rather, they should go and do proper consultation with Northerners and see how they can get reliable candidates that can give them that number that they need. If not, I doubt it. If Kwaso Obi ticket can be able to muzzle it up with APC in 2027, I doubt it. Because the way this current APC government is going, you see that they are also desperate as well too. And that is why they are looking for different alternatives to see how they can convince, they can leverage on different sentiments like religion, ethnicity, to see how they can convince Nigerians to get our vote. Kwaso Obi ticket, it will be difficult because of various indicators that may likely work against Kwaso himself. And I give you one critical example. Issue of Sanusi and Bayero is still there, where we have state emir, federal emir. So if governor of Kano State should decamp today, what happened to Sanusi? What happened to Bayero? They are having two kings in the same town because of politics, because they have politicized the traditional council. So it's a factor that they also need to look into. So pushing Kwaso Obi ticket is very, very dicey. They are looking at Northwest with 7 states. Yes, fine. But don't forget that in the Northwest that we are talking about, Zamfara is still pure PDP.
So I would like to ask you. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
All right. So I would like to ask you, are you saying that there is no chance for ADC in general, or do they stand a chance?
They stand a chance if they can have proper consultation with Nigerians.
Okay, so if they can have proper consultation with Nigerians, you've said that. Now, the situation of you saying Obi-Kwa ticket would have worked in the past, but it can't work now, because you made several assertions as regards to not thinking that the Kwankwasia's movement, because I was expecting to mention it, the Kwankwasia's movement are quite strong. And I believe you know what that means in Kano.
Strong in Kano and Jigawa states.
Now,
Kwankwasia is strong in Borno state.
Kwankwasia is strong in Kaduna. It is strong in Kaduna. It is strong in Katsina. And it is strong in Taraba. It is strong in Katsina. It's strong in Zamfara as we speak. And I believe you know what it means for Kwankwasians.
I know what it means.
But when you are saying that it is no longer, if you feel that, when you say that they are no longer strong, or Kwankwaso, does not pull any weight again, I'm just worried, and I'm surprised where this is coming from.
People are still looking at Kwankwaso of 2019. They are looking at Kwankwaso of 1999, 2003, 2007.
Okay, so who would you want the ADC to actually, push out as their presidential candidate that you think
that
can stand a chance?
I will expect ADC to go back to the drawing board and restructure well and have elaborate consultation
after the elaborate consultation and the drawing board. Of course, someone has to have the ticket. Who do you think?
There are people.
Mention them.
It shouldn't be Kwankwaso as far as I'm concerned.
Then who should it be? Who should it be? That's what I'm waiting to hear from you.
Yes, there are people they can pick. They can look at Northwest. If they think because of this number in the Northwest, having 7 states, we favor them. But I will expect that they should go to Northeast. They should go to Northeast to go and look for.
Okay, so you want them to pick. You want them to pick a strong Muslim from the Northeast to be their presidential candidate. To be their presidential candidate, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that means you're not. So that means you're not also in support of the zoning to the south.
No. The presidential candidate should come from the south.
That's what I've been asking you.
Come from the northeast.
That's what I've been asking. So who should the presidential candidates be?
It can be Obi. Obi doesn't. I don't have any problem with Obi coming.
Okay, you just have issues with the vice presidential candidate, right?
All right? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Obi is perfect to come as their candidate.
All right. Thank you so much for this particular wonderful submission of yours, Adekunle. And just
you are welcome.
And now I know I didn't mention this particular part, but of course your other counterpart, who is on the other side, who will be talking now, is a full member of the ADC, who also defected from the PDP to the ADC, which would be allowing him do justice to this conversation now. Dr. Kayode.
Yes, I did not defect. I moved.
Nevertheless, moving and defecting.
Disintegrated.
Moving and defecting is still the same, doctor. Okay, well, let's leave that particular one for another day, because if we want to start this one now, it will take more time. Doctor, Can Obasanjo's influence guarantee the alliance as success in the ADC? And of course, Obi's supporters have just been pushing for presidential ticket and zone to the south. You know, they're not even thinking of any other thing. They say it is either president or nothing. And I would want you to know, is it like Obi's movements are the majority voice in the ADC? Or because when Obi actually joined the ADC, it looked like their messiah was here, you know, or is down there. And everybody is trying to readjust some things just to walk in line with, you know, the Obi thing and the Obi movement. And now the former president is also, you know, pushed for a particular alliance as regards to Kwaso and Obi. So is Kwaso likely to even accept this presidential ticket under Obi? Because just like what Atiku said, don't forget that previously, this was the same issue when some people were actually projecting, you know, the joint ticket. Kwaso said he cannot be running mate under Obi. Instead, he would rather be the president and Obi is vice. That was the issue then. But of course, now they are making this particular conversation again. And we don't actually know if this time around this particular will work. And do you really feel that that Atiku's reaction of him saying that he's not bothered, are you sure he's not really bothered? Or what should we say about this? I want you to just touch this whole conversation from every angle. You have the floor, Doctor.
Yes, I will. Let me quickly give two informations to my brother Adekunle. Number one, Kwaso said it, that he has approved the movement of Yusuf to APC. So if that being the case, if Kwaso should say that, and it is a fact that he had approved Yusuf's movement from his party to APC, and he is planning or thinking, or people are looking at it, that is coming to ADC, what does that tell us? That's number one. Number two, you see, there are some leaders and elders in this country that doesn't deserve the level of respect and regard being given to them. Why is they are saying the truth, but going to a place whereby Nigerians will continue or remain perpetually within the confines of some few oligarchs. What am I saying? If anybody wants to be sincere in what is happening in Nigeria today, we will know that a tested winning team should not be thrown underneath the trailer because of one person's ulterior motive, selfish interest, self-aggrandizement, and hedonistic tendencies. Go back to 2019. We all saw the kind of movement that Atiku Obi was able to command in the political terrain of this nation in 2019. But along the line, towards 2023, some people caused disaffection. And unfortunately for Obi, he didn't know that there was a fifth columnist. And that made Obi to jump the gun by leaving PDP for Labour Party. And look at the results. Look at what happened. If the two of them had remained on the same lane in 2023 as they were in 2019 to allow that continuity, perhaps Nigeria wouldn't be at a crossroad in which we are now. Now, towards 2020, we are now moving towards 2027. we're all aware that since last year, beginning last year, both Atiku and Obi had been moving together. They had been having discussions. And the discussion along the line culminated with some other people's ideas, culminated in the alliance we are seeing today. But because Baba Obasanjo had sworn, and I don't know why he had forgotten. He had also forgotten that this same Atiku is fighting up and down, made him a president. Made him a president in 1999. Let him go back to history and let Baba Obasanjo be sincere to himself. He had also forgotten when he was begging this same Atiku to allow him for second term. And because Atiku allowed him for second term, that one had brought in a lot of suffering for most of his supporters. Like Alamesia, Ibori, Jonanjang, and others like that. Why is he so afraid of Atiku's presidency? Is there anything that Baba is hiding that he thought that Atiku will bring out? Now, we are trying to sort the problem that so many of them, including him, had created. And you are still saying, over your dead body. I mean, I don't know why this Baba is like this. I don't know. At your age, instead of you to sit down and be giving proper advice, you are now setting some people against themselves because of your own selfish interests. Because you have sworn that over your dead body will Atiku be president. Why? Are you the owner of Nigeria? Now look at it now. All these things are mere banana peels towards allowing the continuity of this government. This Kwaso you are talking about mentioned it with his own mouth that yes, he had endorsed Yusuf's movement to APC. If you are not tacitly in support of APC, why are you endorsing that? Now, you are also planning again to come to ADC. Now to come and cause problem again?
But is God's son has the right to move to any political party as far as he gets the blessing of his godfather, as they would actually put, the title.
I'm not saying it doesn't have that. What I'm saying is, imagine you, Savior, working with VOP.
Okay.
Working with VOP. And at that your seat, you are now using your own influence of your program to promote another TV station.
No,
is it normal?
Of course, that's not right professionally, and notwithstanding, and of course, Doctor, and of course, this is not a political, party, but you would agree with me that just like I mentioned before, you said you didn't defect that you moved. This has been a trajectory in the political, scene in Nigeria where politicians are known to be defecting and moving from one place to the other. But what I'm saying here is that if presently NNPP cannot give them what they want in Kanu, and the governor decides to move to APC, of course, Kwaso also has the right to also move to any political party of his choice that he wants to.
No, get the scenario. There are two different scenarios. Kwaso said that he approved
So were you
godson.
Were you expecting to approve his godson to come to ADC? Is that what you are saying? Because
he should have approved his godson to move to the same party with him.
That's the question. Kwaso has not moved to. Kwaso has not moved to the ADC, doctor.
It's not because they are planning to come and cause confusion. But let me quickly shock you.
Okay.
Let me shock
doctor,
you.
We are pressed for time. We are pressed for time.
Let them keep on going about with their how do I put it now? Nocturnal movements.
Okay.
Nocturnal movement. ADC is not a party of an individual, like I told you. We are all watching.
All right, doctor, we are pressed for time.
And we are waiting for them.
Doctor, we're pressed for time. We can't actually take more again. We're so sorry. Okay.
Let me pay for some time. Now.
Doctor, if you want to pay for some time, you have to go and pay for some time and they will come back here. Thank you so much, doctor, for being part of the show. And of course, Adekunle Lukman Adefola, thank you so much for being part of the show. Adekunle, I would have more of you. We'll have more of you before the week runs out, so we can actually go into it again as regards to developing.
I appreciate you, my brother Adekunle. Well done.
Thank you.
I love your analysis. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. All right, so this is how far we can actually go on the show. If you love the world of sports, I'd like you to stay put. Coming up next is Locker Room. Don't give up because it is not over. Tough time doesn't last, but tough do last. Whatsoever your face will soon be over, and you will definitely smile again. My name remains Savior Udo. Have a good evening. Rest.
My name is Tao Familoni, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Made Kuti, and you're watching BOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Ika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I. From social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more. Tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count. In a world where truth is the ultimate